Enough.
Is it picking me up?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay, and we are on in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the David C. Hutto Radio Show. It is Monday, March 19th, 2012, day after my birthday. And welcome back with Jay and Dave here in the afternoon. We decided to do the show a little early today. You know, why not, right?
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, by the way. So, anyway, welcome to the show. We're going to just go ahead and get into it here. And we thought we might change it up just a little bit with a little bit of improv here.
Did we?
Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, for this first segment, we have our special guest here in studio, Mr. Bill O'Walley.
Oh, yes.
And Mr. O'Walley is going to read from the letter section, our letters, and first letter reads, Dear Mr. O'Walley, I listened to your show, you're a numpty and a hack, and you don't know what you're talking about. Please pull your head out of your rectum. Signed, Anonymous.
Well, welcome to the O'Walley Factor, the radio O'Walley Factor. And anybody who signs a letter anonymous, it's generally my practice not to even comment on it. But in this case, I'll make an exception, good sir. The letter was obviously crafted by Britt Hancock. Britt Hancock is a hack and a numpty, and he knows it. So, all I have to say to that is, bring your useless carcass up here, Hancock, and we'll settle this in a debate. Maybe on a later show.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Next letter reads, Dear Mr. O'Walley, you pulled your advertising dollars from my shop. I do good quality work, but I can't spell very good, and wow, huh? That's what the letter says.
Wow. Well, I've seen the work you do, sir, and it is, it ranges from moderate to crap. And as long as you've got 300-pound Mexicans, being held up by work tables on a daily basis, you can expect that kind of lackluster performance. And
absolutely.
When you keep little girly men around and old used-up European hacks, well, that's pretty much what you get. Yeah. Faggots looking for their juice and fat bastards looking for their chicken because they haven't seen it in over 20 years.
Exactly.
You have a good day now.
And the next letter reads, Dear Mr. O'Walley, I lost my brain and I can't seem to find it. I was at the Occupy movement, and I don't seem to know where my brain is. Can you please help?
Well, it probably fell out in that 3-chambered bong that you were hitting. So backtrack your steps. I know it's going to be hard because you probably don't remember what you had for dinner last night. But go ahead and backtrack and find the bum that had the 3-chambered bong, and your brain should be somewhere floating in the bong water.
Yes.
Which may or may not be an improvement on your synapse activity in the past. But anyway, good luck with that.
And now we have a new special segment because, it is Monday. It is Blue Monday, and we are going to do the new Czar edition. How many czars did Obama come up with this weekend? So we're going to go off the list of czars that we think Obama came up with this weekend, the top 10 czars.
Oh, well, he had a lot of czars.
Yes.
I mean, he appoints about a dozen a week.
Yes.
So, but this weekend was special.
Yes.
Because he's got the Nation of Islam flag-folding czar.
Yeah.
He's got a czar for that.
Yeah.
Yes. He's also got his own czar that's in charge of, it's kind of his BS czar.
Yeah.
Who keeps whoever posts these White House press release.
Yeah, that's
on the White House website.
Yeah.
Should have been fired a long time ago. I don't know if you've ever looked at any of these things.
They're atrocious. I mean, just the lies are just...
They're so blatantly, like, similar and frighteningly similar in some instances to the Nazi propaganda of the 1930s.
Yeah, and if you don't know about that, then read mine.
And if you want to go back even further, you could look at some of the red and the white propaganda in Russia.
Yeah.
You probably don't know what the reds and the whites were, but their propaganda, it was, and interestingly enough, they all got their designs from the propaganda master, who was Woodrow Wilson, and they're all copies of his earlier designs from World War, in the America's days of World War I.
Yep.
That's when the Uncle Sam Wants You came out.
Yeah.
You?
Yes, you.
If you look into it, do some propaganda study. We don't have time to go into it on this show, not today.
Yeah, that's a 2-hour show in itself.
But Lenin and Trotsky, they copied Woodrow Wilson's administration, pretty much to the T.
Yeah.
Particularly in the 1918, 1919. That's what they were copying.
Yeah.
And then Hitler took it a step further and started using video in movies. They packed the movie houses, and all the actors, all the famous German actors of the day, they were in line with it, much like the famous American hackers, as I like to call them, are in line with the communist movement today.
Yeah.
You got all these guys, big name actors like Russell Crowe and
Sean Penn,
who are nothing more than little demagogue mouthpieces.
Oh yeah.
Doing the will. They do the will for their master. And
yes.
They expect you, the brain dead, mind numbed American citizen, to just take it hand and foot and be like, oh well, Sean Penn said so it must be a great idea. Oprah said it was a good idea, so why not?
Yeah, exactly. And then back to our czar list. So we had that czar.
Yeah, we got the flag folding czar.
Yes.
The sweep it under the rug czar.
Yes. Oh yes, and the Obama whoopee cushion czar.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about this one? It's like every time there's an awkward pause, this guy has to sit on a whoopee cushion. Just to kind of break the silence.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, and then we have the...
what about the teleprompter czar?
Oh, yeah, but that guy's been... No, he's fired like 7 or 8 of those guys. Because they couldn't get...
Because he didn't know how to read?
Exactly, and also it wasn't enough double
I think he does a lot better. He's a much better speaker, Obama, when he just shoots from the hip.
Yeah.
Because then his true colors really come out.
Yeah.
And we can all laugh at that.
Yes, and then we have the... political.
One of those. We don't need a lot of talking around these here parts.
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? I got to comment on the. Let's move off of the czars for a second.
Okay.
I got to comment on the Southern primaries last week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mitt Romney is a douchebag.
Yeah, I saw him on Fox News last night.
I saw him last week. Trying to connect with the Southern crowd.
Yeah.
He starts talking in a Southern drawl all of a sudden.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's like a good old boy from Deer Park, Alabama.
Yeah.
And talking about grits, and the guy's probably never even had grits in his life, but...
Yeah.
Hey, I know what grits are, everybody. They're just making a real feeble attempt at connecting with the crowd.
Yeah.
And... oh man, it was disgusting to watch. And then and it was well produced.
Oh yeah.
It was one of them photo op things.
Yeah.
And then and it's just funny how the media covers him, and then they got Newt Gingrich, and it seems like he's in like this dark, damp little room, almost like he's being told, and he's been forced. I mean, really, is Newt not smart enough to?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. And then
He's got the money for the podium. I mean, come on.
yeah, and then
But it seems like it's already been hacked out. It's that whole chocolate and vanilla, and you don't even get the chocolate you want or the vanilla you want.
no, you just get the government
There
issue.
we could have had. There were better black Democratic candidates for president than Barack Obama. They could have run,
oh yeah,
even on the Democrat side.
yeah.
I
I
mean-
mean, we could add Charlie Rangel
Or Jesse Jackson. He would have been.
Yeah.
He would have been an improvement over Obama.
yeah, absolutely.
You know, even though he
And
was out there hacked out on election day, crying in
Yeah.
Grant Park. But it wasn't even one of your real brothers, man.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Give me a break. It wasn't. It wasn't even a. He was a fake.
You know, actually, Obama's done more damage, I think, to the black
And
community.
then a valid contestant comes into the race in Herman Cain,
Yeah.
and the media tears him apart with lies and
Oh, yeah.
trash.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
It's unbelievable. You know, and the whole Herman Cain thing was a smear campaign from the left. It had to be. I mean,
probably from both, from
Yeah.
the left and it was
Because-
Romney and Obama. I could see them
Yeah.
meeting together. What are we gonna do about this Cain guy? He's
Yeah.
really, you know.
Yeah, because he's the only guy that has a spitting chance in hell of beating us in a debate.
They didn't want to
And-
see a black guy and a black guy running.
Well, no,
I mean, they don't want to see two black men running for. I mean, even though Herman Cain was the best candidate
Oh, by far. But
that
now,
the Republicans had, and is he out? I
Yeah.
think he's out now. He's been
Yeah.
out, and now we're stuck with what do we got? Santorum,
yeah, he's not bad.
Paul, who's
Yeah.
you know, I
Paul-
used to like Ron
Yeah,
Paul.
I
Now
like it. Like I said, I love his foreign or his domestic policy. It makes a lot of sense, but his foreign policies he's out to lunch on. I mean, you cannot.
He's like a reverse Richard Nixon.
Yeah, pretty much. And then Santorum, I mean, he's the only guy, in my opinion, that I feel is worth a vote. You know.
Well, maybe in 2020.
Yeah.
Dave. Maybe
But-
in 2020.
And then you got Ron Paul and Gingrich.
I smell 8 years of Romney. That's what I smell.
8 years of Ron.
Or I smell another 4 of Obama and the end of this country. Either
Well,
way,
yeah.
it's going to result in disastrous things for this country. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. God
Yeah.
is judging America. Get over it.
Well, that's where that whole conversation. And I recommend you guys listen to this broadcast. It was Thursday on True News with Rick Wilds. He had a special guest on talking about the 9 Harbingers,
Yeah.
and that one I recommend you listen to, even if you think it's kind of a.
I recommend you all read your Bible
Yeah,
and see what God
definitely.
has to say
Yeah.
to you personally.
Yeah, because there's definitely something in there for everybody. I mean, we all have a certain, niche that we got to fill. I think that's the best way to put it.
Just don't become too percented out like Joel Osteen or
Oh yeah,
Jack Van Impe or any of these guys who are
yeah,
have kind of. Although I would give credit to Jack Van Impe for not buckling to
yeah. and-
TBN when they told him, "Don't say anything about the gays. Don't say anything about Muslims."
Yeah,
They don't want these so-called mega churches and preachers that are televangelizing and doing all this crap, making lots of money, running their churches like a worldly business, and they
Yeah.
are their churches because they're not affiliated in any way with the Church of Christ,
no,
the real Church of Christ.
no. They're like he said, 2%. Factories.
These are good people
Yeah.
in their own minds who are out there, proclaiming that Jesus is Lord, but deceiving people in the process.
Yep.
And pretty much they've moved away from the traditional biblical teachings
Yeah.
that were handed down from generation to generation, starting with in the time of Moses and even beyond that.
Yeah. And a lot of them, they just, they throw in a opinion to everything they're doing. I mean, I guess, it's not an opinion show when you're preaching, It's not, I mean, yeah, you can throw your opinion in there, but,
Your opinion is your opinion.
yeah. it doesn't necessarily reflect.
An opinion is still opinion.
Yeah.